All right, let's talk about the Rivers State by-election countdown. Impeachment notices, court battles, and a February 21st date with destiny. Rivers State is back on the brink. The battle for Rivers State has moved from the courtrooms to the ballot box. INEC has officially released the timetable for the February 21st by-elections in Aoada East 2 and Kana 2, with the Wike aligned camp already securing the APC tickets. This comes as the Rivers House of Assembly has intensified its impeachment proceedings against Governor Fubara and Deputy Governor Ngozi Odu, alleging gross misconduct and budgetary failures. Despite Fubara's recent defection to the APC, his survival remains uncertain as his opponents claim he has failed to honor the peace agreements brokered in Abuja. So, you know the weight of signed agreements. Of course, what I'm wondering here is if if he's been insincere, because sometimes I hear people almost like painting him as a victim, but of course the critics are also claiming that he's not being sincere. Um, or are we still talking about the impact of, is he still being haunted by the Godfather who won't let go? I wanna hear, I wanna get some more
Well,
clarity on that.
number one is still being haunted by a godfather that does not know his place. That uh, it can only be for a season. From that is, if you are going to look at the religious uh, background to the use of the term godfather, you are only, uh, entrusted by way of trust by the church. Oh, you going to mentor this child until he becomes an adult in the faith, and then he gets confirmed uh, as a grown-up, that is having the baptism of Holy Spirit now, as somebody who is no longer sucking on milk but is now feeding on meat and bone as a grown-up. But that is the way it should go, by way of church, the original connotation of the word Godfather. But here in Nigeria, it is almost like calling the meeting of jackals, lions, hyena, and tiger, and leopards, all kinds of carnivores, to want to tear people to pieces just in the name of political mentorship. It does not really work like that. So anybody thinking that this is against him like a Fubra, it's not on him. And if they succeed at destroying him politically or removing him from office, the shame will be that of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It's working so far just because Ahmed Bola Tinubu allows for it. Everybody thinks, oh, it is Wike that is really strong. Wike is nobody without institutional support from the what's it called, the coercive power of the state, without the use of a coercive force of the state. Who is he to want to say that he will get away with political coup plot brazenly in the open, and there is not reined in, and everybody thinks he's so strong? There's nothing so strong about him. Our other test, the media has a way of hyping things up. The media is as guilty as any other person that has been an enabler for Yesun Wike in this misadventure in power that is openly being displayed before all of us. How can one individual be so self-absorbing, narcissistic, to the point of thinking that he can install and remove a governor at will? So where are the electorates of River State? But money is the name of the game. Everybody has said, oh, maybe 600 billion naira from Simlaye Fubra to get things in his direction. How much does what's his name? Yesun Wike have on his war chest, on his watches as well. How much does he have? This is a man who will not attend to the business of collective bargaining as the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, that is using all kinds of lawsuits to hunt down genuinely aggrieved unpaid workers under his leadership in the Federal Capital Territory, not minding that field in Abuja, distracting himself, losing focus on the job, and then challenging the authority of a sitting governor in Rivers State. If it works for him, good luck. But already he has seen the consequence. You were talking of people jumping ship from PDP, decamping everywhere. That is because nobody wants to be under the same roof with this mad cow. That is simply what is going on there. And if he wins at the end of the day, it's just for a moment. In future, Nigerians would have identified him as somebody who is a spoiler. Even I'm sure when they are done using him as the cannon fodder, as the useful idiot that he is for the moment, APC itself will not want to be so proud to identify with him. And if this situation in Rivers State is not properly managed, if on the watch of Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president, Yese Wike is able to really rubbish Governor Simlaye Fubra. It may trigger some internal implosion with APC itself. So it's a game that we must watch carefully. Let us continue to look at them. Wherever it leads, let it just end at some point. But this self-destructive game of making oneself available as a destroyer, as somebody who does not know when to stop, when to take a halt and say this is just too much. That is of interest to me. And I think not just political scientists in the future, not just historians in the future, also psychologists and psychiatrists should take a special interest in the Wike saga. You know, this is really beyond normal. It is really beyond normal. Wike now must be a subject of close intellectual study, scrutiny, and probably he has reduced himself to a guinea pig for all kinds of educational curiosity. You know, this is the way I look at the situation there. But to now focus on the by-election in Ahoada and all the consolidation, on a normal day, if they really want to show Wike real politics, Fubra is the leader of APC there. And if Wike is working for APC, it's not working against them. Fubra, in the final analysis, for him, it will be the labor for it. But for the leader of that party there, that is the sitting governor, he will be the one that will enjoy the spoil of the entire stress that Wike is putting himself through. And I think that is the way Ashiwaju should look at this. That is, if they think opinion from the diaspora or ordinary Nigerians really matter, this is the way it should play out. That, yes, Wike, you are not even a member of APC. You said that yourself. But you have labored for us. At the end of the day, the spoil of this, your bloodless war, should go to the leader of APC, that is Simlaye Fubara. So, all said and done, it's win-win for both Wike and Simlaye Fubara as the sitting governor. That is the facto leader of APC in Rivers State. That's the way I look at it.
Okay, so I get where you're going there, but it's not so clear to me personally.
I said they
Just
should allow Wike to do the struggle to stress himself.
yeah, but is he really stressing
As a
himself?
medicine, you said?
Is he really stressing himself?
Yes, he's stressing himself.
Yeah, because
All
it
the
almost seems
labor
like he's having it easy for me. That's what they, from the angle I'm looking at it from, it almost like
is
it looks like other people are lifting the heavyweight for him.
He's just a useful village idiot. Let him stress himself. Let him struggle and get APC elected. At the end of the day, who is the leader of APC in that state? It's Governor Simaye Fubara. So the spoil of the old stress that Wike is taking himself through will be for Simaye Fubara and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Simple. There are ways of letting fools know that they are just being stupid and foolish. Simple. It's a simple thing. Simaye Fubara should not stress himself, should not slug it out with him. When the candidates of APC, supposed stooges of former governor Jesse Wike, when they win, where are they bringing the victory? It's for APC. And who is the leader of APC? Simaye Fubara. And Jesse Wike is not even a member of APC. So this is the way I look at it. Yeah, common sense right there.
What's the general sentiment of the people of Rivers State?
They just think that Yesim has become that element that is troubling the house of Israel. That he is the one that is stoking trouble all the time. That is the general sentiment. But this question of weaponization of poverty, it's almost like I remember one Akure famous politician in those days. He would say, "Oh, he has the panacea for people." He would have disappeared after at the end of any election. He would not show up. He said, "Oh, I know what would always hypnotize Akure people," and then will now be shaking. What do you call it? Grains of corn, of maize
in a palm.
jar.
Okay, in a jar.
In a bottle or in a jar.
Okay.
So that you pour it on the floor for
food.
Chicken. It's almost like just treating people with disrespect.
Like undignified food.
No respect for no respect for the dignity of their person. This is it called Stockholm syndrome?
So that's all they need.
They will pick it. That is why Jesse Wike is doing this, and it's getting.
Yeah, but that's how. I mean, to me, it sounds like the average Nigerian politician. But
the lesson of history also teaches us that can be counterproductive and can be deadly, can be very counterproductive.
Of course, I mean that's what has left Nigeria where it is now.
Not just where Nigeria. Do you know the number of people who lost their lives in such circumstances during the First Republic that eventually led to the failure of the system and ultimately a very costly civil war in terms of lives and resources to the country? It also led to the destruction of the Second Republic in Nigeria. Part of what also destroyed the Babangida experiment with the transition to civil democratic rule. The greed of certain politicians like Abimbola Davis and all kinds of people that were ready to offer their own murder for sale in the market, all for pittance. This is why the game that Jesse Wike is playing is dangerous. If people do not see this, and they can be so excited about arraigning some so-called 16 misguided coup plotters, and they cannot even see Jesse Wike as a political coupist, as he's going, then that in itself is some serious food for thought. But we'll talk more about
we'll talk more.
In the context of the interview granted on Sunday by Nigeria's Minister of Defense concerning the individuals that were suspected of a coup plot against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so
All
much.
right. Thank you. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so that you're notified when we go live. We'll be right back.